What's going on, everybody? It's your main man King Sway back with another RPG horror story for you. Before I get into that, I want to state that I actually have my own merchandise. I sell everything on Etsy. I either pay somebody to design something, or I pay artists for their for already designed things, and that's what I use for my imagery on there. One of my favorites is Andrew Garfield with a Venom symbiote. And he's holding up. He's carrying what's the guy's name? Tom Holland, and both of them are Spider-Man. And Tom Holland's character is battle damaged. And I got that because of Spider-Man No Way Home, and I designed that shirt before it was even confirmed that all three Spider-Man were in there, because I had a feeling. I'm a comic book head. Like, if you've been rocking with me for a while, you already know that. But I will put down a link in the description. I will also put down a link in the description for some novels I have written. I'm working on more content. I got a lot going on, clothing line, books, working hella jobs, making mad YouTube content. So yeah, but enough of my jibber jabber, because we already like damn near 2 minutes in. So ooh, I'm not gonna lie, the wizard is badass. Magic user, as you can see that, yeah, magic user. I'm more of a warrior type, but we're gonna jump into the story. Today we have I got kicked out for playing a paladin. I personally, I read a little bit about this. It's a short story, but as always, you guys are going to hear my mouth about a lot of stuff and how I feel about this. So we about to jump right into this. Warrior, no, go back to the warrior, no, what are you doing? No! Here we go. After not playing for a long time, I joined an online D&D table. We met for session 0 to create the characters, and since all the players decided to make damage-oriented casters, I thought it would be a good idea to make a paladin and act as a frontline healer. First session was fun, but I noticed the other players were in possession of magical items not detailed prior. I kept my mouth shut. The DM might have something planned. However, that was not the case, as forms of favoritism already showed up. I'm not liking this already. Here the frick we go. We played through 5 sessions, and in that time I noticed the DM got annoyed every time I would use spells like bless or something similar on the party, muttering under his breath. After our last session, I approached him and asked if there was any problems, as I much prefer things to be communicated and out in the open. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Here we go. Essentially, he started to rant about how unbalanced paladins were, and that he couldn't make it out. Look, I can't even read that shit. Okay. He couldn't make challenges for the group because I kept giving them buffs. Eventually he said he just hated the class and that he didn't think anyone should play it. He then proceeded to kick me from the Discord server and block me. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words, and sadly, I didn't add other players as friends, because they all seem like nice people. That's the end of the post. Okay. Here, I always say, here's the part where you're about to hear my mouth. Let me try to sound a bit more professional and say, here's the part where I give you my thoughts on the matter. I know I've read a few stories where a DM might think that a class is unbalanced, and if you're a long-time subscriber, you've actually heard me say I try to make unbalanced characters. Again, I often reference my character Dakarin and how he became a demigod. My son hates warlocks because of Dakarin. He won't ever stop me from playing one, but he hates the class. And actually, Dakarin was my first time ever playing a warlock. I've never really heard of paladins being unbalanced, and if that's the case, you're the DM. Change the challenges. You want to know something you can do? Counterspell. I've done it as a dick move as a DM. You counterspell your player's healing spells because 10-1 they are not ready for that. For those of you out there that listen to me and you DM, yeah, counterspell. Don't do it all the time because that's just a dick move. But counterspell your players your players' healing spells. Also, there's other things you can do, or not just the healing spells. Counterspell the bless spells. Counterspell the buffs. Negate them from the door, so they're not a problem. Paladins and healer and clerics and druids, the healing classes, often look a certain way, so you know who to look at, who to target, and who to go, oh yeah, well we just ain't screwing with you. Any spell you cast, we about to counter that. More often than not, players play certain classes a certain way. Like warriors all wear heavy armor and stuff like that. Okay, that's a given. Eldritch Knights are certain ways, and spellcasters dress certain ways, and assassins dress certain ways. You can change it up a little bit, make it look different, and I put that out there as a suggestion because for players listening to me, and I'm like, counterspell your for DMs, counterspell your players' counterspells. Look to counter what I'm doing. I'm actually going to give the solution to what I'm doing. Well, a solution. Look different than what your role would suggest. Don't look stereotypical. Now back to the story. As I was saying, yeah, counterspell it. Don't just do that. I don't know what the DM was doing or wasn't doing. Poison is a very potent thing. Say you fight a clan of assassins that is after one of your characters because of somebody they wronged and didn't know that person was important. Happens all the time. You've always got somebody running their mouth. Okay, keep running your mouth, see what happens. Boom. Now all of a sudden you got a hit list on you, or a hit on you. You don't just have to count. There's a number of ways to deal with things like that. Get a cursed item. Get an area of magic negation. There's a bunch of different ways to handle that, and I'm simply flat out stating that DM handled that incredibly poorly. Like, I don't believe anything. And even if he had a problem with the class, he should have addressed that from the beginning. Because he didn't have a problem with the class, he had a problem with his own. I don't want to say flat out his own poor DMing skills. He thought he was going. Chances are he thought he was going to be able to get away with a lot more because most spellcasters are squishy. We know this. Wizards have what? A D4? Yeah. I try to go for something with a bit more health to it. That's why I play as Eldritch Knights. And I think you've heard me say that before. Yeah, I play as Eldritch Knights. And that's why, to Game Break, if you watched my video, or rather listened to my video on builds, and me asking what your build was, the Eldritch Knight Sorcerer, that's still one class. You get all the benefits of a warrior and all the benefits of a sorcerer, because sorcerers are born with their power rather than they learn magic through study and whatnot. So you still get all the powers of a warrior, and you still get all the magic of a sorcerer. And as I said before, a draconic blood sorcerer is, I feel as though, would be even more dangerous because of that. Now that would be a problem, and that's something obviously you have to discuss with the DM. Luckily, my DM's my son, and he just likes to throw insane things at me. But not everybody has that that boon, that somebody that'll deal with their bullshit. Getting a little bit off topic, not gonna lie. But what I'm putting out there is there's ways of dealing with things, and it's not just that. There's a whole bunch of different ways to deal with something, and the DM handled that poorly. Is what I'm getting at. I'm honestly flabbergasted. I'm dumbfounded because as I stated prior, you talk to the player. Look, I don't think that the Paladin is balanced class. Could you play something else? Do you mind playing something else? He didn't have a problem with OP playing a Paladin. I'm saying he because I don't know the gender. The DM didn't have a Paladin. Didn't have a problem with OP playing as a Paladin until they started causing problems with the encounters. Then it became a problem, which means he just didn't want to deal with the challenge, in my personal opinion. He wanted to be able to push around the squishy spellcasters. Again, this is just my opinion, but as OP states, everybody was a spellcaster. So he was like, I'm going to be a frontline healer. I'm going to tank everything that needs to be tanked. I'm going to keep aggro on me. And when you guys need healing, I can literally just turn my back to something, not have it affect me too much, and I can cast like lay on hands or a healing spell on you guys, and we can keep the party going. Now, in my personal opinion, that DM was new, and I say that because the way they poorly handled having the Paladin. It's okay to be new, but if they were new, the DM should have stated as much. Look, I'm new. I don't know how to handle these encounters. Do you have any pointers? I'm not going to lie to you. I am not a very good DM. I try. Most of my scenarios are straight combat based because I'm a combat nut. I don't deny this. I'm working on it to try and do more story-based things because that's what my kids want. Now, with that being said, I asked for feedback. What did you like? What did you not like? And they said, A, you're always getting us into a fight. Everything leads into a fight. Can we have something more story-based? I'm not going to lie. That kind of hurt my feelings. But I took it. And I'm like, all right, well, if this is what they want, I'm going to give it to them. The DM should, in my personal opinion, because I always try to say, because my word is not the be all end all, and I never feel that way. Most of the time, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the time, sometimes, but that's what the DM should have done. They should have asked for feedback, and like when our OP actually came to them and was like, "Hey, what's going on? Is there a problem?" That was the DM's time to be open about it. Like, look. You're causing problems. I know it's not your fault. I don't know how to balance this campaign around you because you're casting so many buffs. Maybe ask for feedback and you guys could come up with something. If not, like I said, ask OP to change their class. I don't feel as though that would have been unreasonable. There's a few different ways, like I illustrated earlier. There's a few different ways the DM could have handled that, and none of them had to end with the pettiness of I'm gonna just kick you from the server and block you because I don't want to deal with this nonsense. But I've ranted and raved long enough. At this point, I'm gonna ask you guys to hit me with an HBO special. That's a Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and subscribe button, the notification button, and the bell. It's free for you guys, but in quite honesty, as I say it, and not just say it, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'd like to be honest with you guys as much as I can. It means absolutely everything to me. It lets me know you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. You guys are liking what I'm putting out there, the content that I create. I try to respond to any and every comment, even if I give it a thumbs up and a like and a heart, to let you guys know I do see this and your time and attention and your efforts are appreciated. So as I said, it's free for you, but it means everything to me. It also lets YouTube know that it's going to push my content out to new users. I said users, new people, new viewers, because I've had more than once on this channel. I've got like 6. No, I'm not lying. That I can get new viewers that I prior wouldn't have even known I existed, and that's happened a few times. And I get new viewers saying, "Hey, I just came across your channel. I'm glad I did. I like this. You're kind of awesome." Because I watch other RPG horror story channels. I watch Crit Crab, Den of the Drake. There's a tavern one where they use, I was going to say Lost Souls, Skyrim, a Skyrim background in a tavern in Whiterun. Yeah, because I play Skyrim. I also watch Critical Tunic, and he's not horror stories. So I can't remember the guy's name to save my life right now. His real name's Ben Puffin Forrest. Puffin Forrest. Yeah. I watch all those people. I do like to game. I like Dungeons and Dragons, and I like different concepts and things like that. So I like to share that with you guys. I like to share our experiences and just connect with you guys. And this actually means a lot to me. This little platform that I have to be able to reach out and talk to you guys. So thank you for that. But we're gonna call it a day here. As I said before, I have the link in the description for both the story, and I have the link in the description for my 2 books. I have 6 out actually at the time of this recording. I have 6 published, but I'm going to put 2 books in there. You can look on Amazon, anything under King's Way. It's 2 words. Make sure you do that because there's something on there called King's Way. And my Etsy shop, because that's the easiest way to get my merch out there. So you order from there and it'll deliver to you straight away. But that's all for now. I'm King Sway, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Until the next game.